Guys, what's going on? Is Versa here from P4C. Welcome back. This is a PSA submission video. This is actually our, I think, 7th or 8th submission to PSA. Most of the time, I rush to send the cards out to PSA and actually forget about filming them. So this time, we're sitting down properly and actually going through 100 plus cards. Half of which actually are from my mate Ray, who lives in Sydney, Australia. So he got some vintage cards to send. So we'll go through all of them today. We won't actually guess the grade for all of them, but I think some of them we'll try our best and see what we get. So here we go. Right. This is actually Ray's card, so from this pile you can straight away see a Bulbasaur Shadowless. Now these older cards that he sent me are not as good as the ones that he's previously sent me before. So I think again these are, you know, packed fresh, pulled, you know, back when he was a kid. So he's been storing these in the folders, but I think most of these WOTC ones that I'm seeing here, I think they are from personal experience. You know, you'll be really good actually if they get a PSA 10, but I think most of them will probably fall between the 8 or 9s. So you can see here a first edition Rocket Charmander here, and then he got a Dark Gyarados, a Dark Arbok, and then Rocket Sneak Attack, a Rocket Scyther, Rocket Moltres. So a lot of these cards, I mean, they are, again, they've got some white nits here and there, especially mostly in the corner, I would say. Again, these are not, you know, I don't think these are caused by him necessarily. I think just the general wear and tear being in the folder. So we've got a Misty Tentacruel here, Misty Seadra. Just awesome to see some of these WOTC cards, even though they're not first edition, but you know, the appreciation is still definitely there. And I think most of these didn't quite make the first cut that we sent, which are still currently at PSA waiting to be graded. I think some of these are a little bit off-centered, and like I said, got a bit of whitening at the back, especially just around the corner as well. So Rocket's Hitmonchan here, and then we've got a Lieutenant Surge. Whoops, we've got a Brock, and then I think he's sending in some a lot of modern cards as well, because I think from all the chat that we had, he had been sort of purchasing like whole collection sets. Like for example, I think this is Evolution XY set, so he went out and actually bought the whole set and obviously plugged out all the Charizard cards here. As you can see, the Mega Charizard EX, both of them here, and then you can see the Charizard Reverse Holo here. Now this one here, you can clearly see it is off-centered top and bottom. Side by side is actually not too bad, with this side being heavier on this side. And at the back is actually better than the front, with tiny bit of whitening in the corner there. So I'm hoping this will at least get a 9, if not an 8. And then probably same thing with the holo here. You can see the top and bottom here being you know, one bigger than the other. So again, hopefully, you know, the off-center, I don't know how much will that affect it, but 8 or 9, I would say it will be a really good score. And then you can see a lot of just basically a lot of Charizard cards really. So these are from the starter deck. So he's got quite a few of them in Japanese here, and then this one didn't flip properly. So again, still got some of these ones here. And then the Charizard V Max from Darkness Ablaze, he got four of these. And then a Charizard V card, also from Darkness Ablaze. And then, of course, the Rainbow Charizard card. He pulled 2, actually, from the Champions Path. So, kudos to him. But I don't think he got the Charizard V yet, the shiny Charizard V. So, he's got these 2. And then he's got some Scream promo. He's got the Eevee Scream promo. The Rowlet. I think, actually, the Scream promo that he has are pretty on point. I'm not seeing any sort of surface scratch here, I'm actually gonna go and say that he might get 10s for at least the Eevee and the Rowlet. I'm seeing a little bit, you know, uneven side again on these two sides here, but might be able to get away with it. This one's a little bit obvious though, the side up, so I don't think this will be a 10. I think this might be a 9. And then got the infamous promo card from the Hidden Fates ETBs, the Glass Stain Trio Burrs, very popular card. And then he's got the Charizard GX here. So now from my experience, I graded 2 of these, got one back a 9 and one back a 10. This has a very good shot of getting a 10, I would say, unless there are scratches or print lines that I'm not aware about. Let's have a look at the back. Yeah, I think this has a good shot of 10. I think this has a good shot of 10. And then a Mewtwo here as well. Because he's actually submitting a Mewtwo, I can't submit a Mewtwo because we're putting all ours together, so I don't want to mix it up. But here's one. Again, I think I'm gonna go on a limb and say it might be a 10. I'm not seeing any scratches here. Look at the back. Back looks pretty good. And the Umbreon as well. So a lot of, I think, you know, this set he got, they look pretty good. I would actually say 10s for all of them. I'll be surprised if they don't get a 10. And then we've got the hyper rare birds here. And then last but not least, the card that I'm still missing from my Hidden Fate set, which is the Charizard GX, which is the 9 out of 68. Now for my stash, I'm actually still thinking whether how many cards I'm going to do an Express Service. So Express Service is obviously a little bit more expensive, but the turnaround time will be quicker. The candidates are this particular Pikachu GX cards here is a Beam. Beams is a closed store in Japan, so it's a Beams exclusive. Not necessarily worth a lot, but just a very, very unique and special card. So might put it through Express, and then I myself has a Charizard Rainbow Rare, and I'm putting this in Express so we don't get it mixed up with Rays. I am a bit touch and go whether this will get a 10 or not. The main problem, or the main thing I'm seeing here, is that white dot there. You might not be able to see it on camera, but there is definitely a bit of a white dot there. Otherwise, this card, I would say, is pretty perfect. It's pretty perfect, so we don't know. This will definitely, the Charizard will definitely go into the Express pile. Whether or not you will get a 10 or not will be questionable. Marnie here is a very, very popular card in Japan at the moment for a Shiny Star V. So this, I think, has a good shot of 10. Looks pretty good. So considering whether I want to put it as an Express. And then we've got the Charizard V. You guys would have seen this one from our Gems from Japan purchases. Again, you know, all the modern cards that I would expect a 10. And then we've got 2 of these Charizard VMAX. Now, not to be mistaken, these are not the 2 Charizard cards that we bought for our Road to WOTC booster box. So these are ones that I pull and purchase. So we've got 2 of these, and these 2 again will definitely go into the Express pile, as whether the Pikachu or the Marnie card will be joining them as well. Alright, we're back. We had a little scared there because there was one more card that we're actually considering for our Express Service, which is this Trainer card, which is a Grand Party card. Extremely, extremely rare card, this one. So I don't think it'll be a 10. You can physically see the off-center on the both side, but you know, this actually didn't make it through the past few submissions, and I finally decided that it will go through just because I wanted to get a proper case for it. So this card will also go into the Express pile. And then for the sort of the bulk piles, we've got some Spanish Pokemon First Edition cards here. So we've got an Arcanine, a Charmeleon, a Charmander. Now these I don't really have high hopes. I mean, out of these WOTC Spanish cards, if I get a 10 on any of these, I'll be really happy actually. But I think they're probably around the 8 or 9. I'm usually pretty bad at estimating or predicting English or anything other than Japanese cards. So we've got a German Pikachu First Edition here, and then a Spanish one, 2 Spanish one actually. And then we've got a Red Cheek Shadowless, which is in English, but this card is in pretty beat up condition, so maybe a 2, maybe a 3, who knows. And then we've got a Squirtle, and then we've got this Armor Mewtwo that we we got from our treasure chest. Again, we didn't think this will get a 10s, but we're gonna submit it anyway. And then we've got this Charizard here, a Zizov VMAX, a bit of an odd one. Not sure why I didn't submit it last time, but we're gonna submit it this time around. And then a Charizard reverse holo with Leon at the back from Champions Park. No, sorry, from Vivid Voltage. So here we go. And then with this card here is the Masaki promo, and in fact I've got 3 of these. So we've got a Gengar card here. Now this is the one that I purchased from the bulk collection, and we said that we were going to submit it as an express, but having a look at it, I don't think it has a shot at 8, to be honest. So I think we're just gonna do it a bulk submission along with the Machamp and Alakazam. Now the only one that we're missing, the only 2 that we're missing is an Omastar and a Golems. And then we've got some vintage cards here. Now some of these are from the collection that I bought, Venomoth, and some of these is a pack fresh pull from our live opening. So this one, for example, the dark, I was gonna say bad, the dark Alakazam is from one of the live stream we opened. And then we've got this band card here, the Grimer, and then we've got this Dark Blastoise. Now this Dark Blastoise here, I actually, there's a bit of a whitening there, but I'm hoping this will be a 9, but I think likely to be a 7 and 8, to tell you the truth. And then we've got Sabrina's Middle Finger, and then we've got a Blaine Montress. This one, again, is packed fresh. So we have high hopes for this one, so hoping for a 10 for this. And Erica Dragonair. This is probably one of the one that we pulled off late. Now maybe I should put it out actually in terms of submitting it, because this side is visibly larger than this side and seems a little bit uneven as well. So otherwise it should be a 10 otherwise. So we've got a Pichu, and then these here. Now one of the reason why I'm submitting both of these, so I pulled both of these from our vintage opening, so I would be really interested to see which one gets a 10 and which one gets a 9 or 8, because these are both packed fresh pulled, but there's a slight difference between these 2, and the slight difference are the top gaps between here. Now I wanted to submit this because I actually have no idea how to look at these expedition cards, so I really wanted to submit it, so just to gauge an idea of how the graders grade them. And then we've got some of these Karen Night of Battles. So this is the participation card, this is the prize card. We've got a Dendene, very cute Dendene GX we pull from Tag All Star, and then we've got this gold card we pull from Tag All Star as well. So first gold card that we pulled from Tag All Star actually in the Japanese pack. So, and then we've got 2 amazing rare cards. We've got a Celebi, and then a Rayquaza, and then we've got actually 4 of these Pokemon Illustrator winner cards. Now these I purchased, again you can see it from the video. Now upon having a look at them closely, they're actually not in the best condition, because all of them in the same corner, they have a bit of a white scratch here. So it'll be interesting to see whether any one of these 4 will get a 10. My prediction is, and I'm hoping that at least one of them will, well, but we will see. It could possibly all of them come back to a 9. And then all of these that you'll be seeing right now are from the Shiny Star V. So we've got I think this is a Pokemon fan, is it? I don't know, but this is a very, very cute card here. And then we've got a Zikuni, or Suicune, shiny. This card has risen up value quite a little bit. I only managed to pull one, so we'll submit it through anyway. And then we've got a lot of the VMAX here. So we've got the Rillaboom, Scotch, Lapras, and the Toxicity, Dragapult, Grimmsnare, and then True Ditto V Max. Now, why am I not submitting the V? Because I actually, upon checking the cards, almost all of my shiny V cards, they all have print lines on them, and it's very visible, so I can't submit those. And then we've got the Zacian V, which I haven't actually checked, I can't see a print line anywhere. And then we've got a Zamazenta V, which I hope that these both come back a 10. Alright, there you have it, guys. That was our PSA submission. So I hope you enjoyed this particular video. Give you guys a bit of an idea what cards we are submitting sort of on a monthly basis. So if you like this particular video, make sure you give us a like on this particular video or any of our other content. Make sure you subscribe as well, and after you subscribe, make sure you hit the bell for the latest videos and update. By the time this video comes out, you would have seen our Christmas raffles plus pack break announcements, so make sure you enter if you are interested in winning some PSA graded cards. Alright, until next time, may the God of Pulls be with you always.